Act 3, Scene 1. Syria. Enter Ventidius, in triumph, the body of Pacorus borne before him, with Silius. Now, darting Parthia, art thou struck, and now pleased fortune does of Marcus Crassus' death make me revenger. Bear the king's son body before our army. Thy Pacris, Orodes, pays this for Marcus Crassus.
Noble Ventidius, whilst yet with Parthian blood thy sword is warm, the fugitive Parthians follow, spur through Media, Mesopotamia, and shelters whither the routed fly. So, thy grand captain Antony shall set thee on triumphant chariots and put garlands on thy head.
Silius, I've done enough. A lower place, note well, may make too great an act. For learn this, Silius, better to leave undone than by our deed acquire too high a fame when him we serves away. Caesar and Antony have ever one more in their officer than person. Sosius, one of my place in Syria, his lieutenant, for quick accumulation of renown, which he achieved by the minute, lost his favor. Who does in the wars more than his captain can, becomes his captain's captain. And ambition, the soldier's virtue, rather makes choice of loss than gain which darkens him. I could do more to do Antonius good, but 'twould offend him, and in his offence should my performance perish.
Thou hast, Ventidius, that without which a soldier and his sword grant scarce distinction. Thou wilt write to Antony?
I'll humbly signify what, in his name, the magical word of war we have effected. How, with his banners and his well-paid ranks, the ne'er yet beaten horse of Parthia, we've jaded out of the field.
Where is he now?
Oh, he purposeth to Athens, whither, with haste, the weight we must convey wits will permit, we shall appear before him. On there, pass along. Act 3, Scene 2. A street in Rome. Enter Agrippa and Enobarbus.
What, are the brothers parted?
They have dispatched with Pompey. He is gone. The other three are sealing. Octavia weeps to part from Rome. Caesar is sad, and Lepidus, since Poppy's feast, as Minos says, is troubled with the green sickness.
'Tis a noble Lepidus.
A very fine one. Oh, how he loves Caesar.
Nay, but how dearly he adores Mark Antony.
Caesar? Why, he's the Jupiter of men.
What's Antony, the god of Jupiter?
Spake you of Caesar? How the nonpareil?
Oh, Antony, oh thou Arabian bird!
Would you praise Caesar, say Caesar? Go no further.
Indeed, he plied them both with excellent praises.
Nobody loves Caesar best, yet he loves Antony. Who hearts, tongues, figures, scribes, bards, poets cannot think, speak, cast, write, sing, number of his love to Antony. But as for Caesar, kneel down, and wonder.
Both he loves.
They are his shards, and he their beetle. So this is to horse. Adieu, noble Agrippa.
Good fortune, worthy soldier, and farewell.
No further, sir.
You take from me a great part of myself. Use me well in't. Sister, prove such a wife as my thoughts make thee, and as my farthest bond shall pass on thy approof. Most noble Antony, let not the piece of virtue which is set betwixt us as the cement of our love to keep it builded be the ram to batter the fortress of it. For better might we have loved without this mean, if on both parts this not be cherished.
Make me not offended in your distrust.
I have said.
You shall not find, though you be therein curious, the least cause for what you seem to fear. So the gods keep you, and make the hearts of Romans serve your ends. We will here part.
Farewell, my dearest sister. Fare thee well. The elements be kind to thee, and make thy spirits all of comfort. Fare thee well.
My noble brother.
The April's in her eyes, it is in love's spring, and these the showers to bring it on. Be cheerful.
Sir, look well to my husband's house, and
What, Octavia?
I'll tell you in your ear.
Her tongue will not obey her heart, nor can her heart inform her tongue. The swan's down feather that stands upon the swell full of the tide, and neither way inclines.
Will Caesar weep?
There's a cloud in his face.
He were the worse for that were he a horse, so is he being a man.
Why, Enobarbus, when Antony found Julius Caesar dead, he cried almost to roaring. And he wept when at Philippi he found Brutus slain.
That year indeed he was troubled with a rheum. What willingly he did confound, he wailed, believe it, till I wept too.
No, sweet Octavia, you shall hear from me still. The time shall not outgo my thinking on you.
Come, sir, come. I'll wrestle with you in the strength of my love. Look, here I have you. Thus I let you go, and give you to the gods.
Adieu. Be happy.
Let all the number of the stars give light to thy fair way.
Farewell. Farewell.
Farewell.
Act 3, Scene 3. Alexandria. A courtyard in Cleopatra's palace. Enter Cleopatra, Charmian, Iris, and Alexis.
Where is the fellow?
Hath feared to come.
Go to, go to. Come hither, sir.
Good Majesty, Herod Drury dare not look upon you, but when you are well pleased.
That Herod's head I'll have. But how when Antony is gone, through whom I might command it? Come thou near.
Most gracious Majesty.
Didst thou behold Octavia?
I, dread Queen.
Where?
Madam, in Rome. I looked her in the face and saw her lead between her brother and Mark Antony.
Is she as tall as me?
She is not, madam.
Didst hear her speak? Is she shrill-tongued or low?
Madam, I heard her speak. She is low-voiced.
That's not good. You cannot like her long.
Like her? Oh, Isis, 'tis impossible.
Think so, Charmian. Dull of tongue and dwarfish? What majesty is in her gait? Remember if e'er thou look'st on majesty?
She creeps. Her motion and her station are as one. She shows a body rather than a life, a statue than a breather.
Is this certain?
Or I have no observance.
3 in Egypt cannot make better note.
He is very knowing, I do perceive it. There's nothing in her yet. The fellow has good judgment.
Excellent.
Oh, guess at her years, I prithee.
Madam, she's a widow.
Widow? Charmian, hark.
And I do think she's 30.
Bearest thou her face in mind? Is it long or round?
Round even to faultiness.
For the most part, too, they are foolish that are so. Her hair, what color?
Brown, madam, and her forehead, as low as she would wish it.
There's gold for thee. Thou must not take my former sharpness ill. I will employ thee back again. I find thee most fit for business. Go, make thee ready. Our letters are prepared.
A proper man.
Indeed he is so. I repent me much that I so harried him. Why, methinks by him this creature is no such thing.
Nothing, madam.
The man hath seen some majesty, and should know.
Hath he seen majesty? Isis else defend, and serving you so long.
I have one more thing to ask him yet, good Charmian. It is no matter. Thou shalt bring him to me where I will write. All may be well enough.
I warrant you, madam.
Act 3, Scene 4. Antony's villa in Athens. Enter Antony and Octavia.
Nay, not Octavia, not only that. That were excusable, that and thousands more of semblable import. But he hath waged new wars against Pompey, made his will and read it to public ear, spoke scantily of me, when perforce he could not but pay me terms of honor. Cold and sickly he vented them, most narrow measure lent me. When the best hint was given him, he not took it, or did it from his teeth.
Oh, my good lord, believe not all, or if you must believe, stomach not all. A more unhappy lady, if this division chance, ne'er stood between, praying for both parts. The good gods will mock me presently when I shall pray, oh, bless my lord and husband. Undo that prayer by crying out as loud, oh, bless my brother, husband, win, brother, prays and destroys the prayer. No midway twixt these extremes at all.
Gentle Octavia, let your best love draw to that point which seeks best to preserve it. If I lose mine honor, I lose myself. Better I were not yours than yours so branchless. But, as you requested, yourself shall go between us. The meantime, lady, I'll raise the preparation of a war shall stain your brother. Make your soonest haste, so your desires are yours.
Thanks to my lord. The Jove of power make me most weak, your reconciler. Wars twixt you twain would be, as if the world should cleave, and that slain men should solder up the rift.
When it appears to you where this begins, turn your displeasure that way. For our faults can never be so equal that your love can equally move with them. Provide you're going. Choose your own company and command what cost your heart has mind to.
Act 3, Scene 5. A street in Alexandria. Enter Enobarbus and Eros.
How now, friend Eros?
There's strange news come, sir.
What man?
Caesar and Lepidus have made wars upon Pompey.
Well, this is old. What is the success?
Caesar, having made use of him in the wars against Pompey, presently denied him rivalry, would not let him partake in the glory of the action, and, not resting here, accuses him of letters he had formerly wrote to Pompey upon his own appeal, and seizes him. So the poor third is up till death enlarge his confine.
Then, world, thou hast a pair of chaps no more, and throw between them all the food thou hast, they'll grind the one the other. Where's Antony?
He's walking in the garden, thus, and spurs the rush and lies before him, cries, "Fool, Lepidus!" and threatens the throat of that his officer that murdered Pompey.
Our great navy's rigged.
For Italy and Caesar, Mordemetus, my lord desires you presently. My news I might have told thereafter.
'Twill be not. But let it be. Bring me to Antony.
Come, sir.
Act 3, Scene 6. Rome. A room in Caesar's palace. Enter Caesar and Maecenas.
Contemning Rome, he has done all this and more in Alexandria. Here's the manner of it. In the marketplace, on a tribunal silvered, Cleopatra and himself in chairs of gold were publicly enthroned. At the feet sat Caesarion, whom they call my father's son, and all the unlawful issue that their lust since then hath made between them. Unto her he gave the establishment of Egypt, made her of Lower Syria, Cyprus, Libya, absolute queen.
This in the public eye?
In the common showplace where they exercise. His sons he there proclaimed the kings of kings. Great Media, Parthia, and Armenia he gave to Alexander. To Ptolemy he assigned Syria, Sicilia, and Phoenicia. She, in the habiliments of the goddess Isis, that day appeared, and oft before gave audience, as 'tis reported, so.
Let Rome be thus informed. Who, queasy with his insolence already, will their good thoughts call from him?
The people knows it, and have now received his accusations.
Who does he accuse?
Caesar. And that, having in Sicily Sextus Pompeius spoiled, we had not rated him his part of the isle. Then does he say he lent me some shipping unrestored. Lastly he frets that Lepidus of the triumvirate should be deposed, and being that we detain all his revenue.
Sir, this should be answered.
'Tis done already, and the messenger gone. I have told him Lepidus was grown too cruel, that he his high authority abused, and did deserve his change. For what I have conquered, I grant him part. But then in his Armenia and other of his conquered kingdoms, I demand the like.
He'll never yield to that.
Nor must not then be yielded to in this.
Hail Caesar, and my lord, hail most dear Caesar.
That ever I should call thee castaway.
You have not called me so, nor have you cause.
Why have you stolen upon us thus? You come not like Caesar's sister. The wife of Antony should have an army for an usher, and the neighs of horse to tell of her approach long ere she did appear. The trees by the way should have borne men, and expectation fainted, longing for what it had not. Nay, the dust should have ascended to the roof of heaven, raised by your populous troops. But you are come a market maid to Rome, and have prevented the ostentation of our love, which, left unshown, is often left unloved. We should have met you by sea and land, supplying every stage with an augmented greeting.
Good my lord, to come thus was I not constrained, but did it on my free will. My lord, Mark Antony, hearing that you prepared for war, acquainted my grieved ear withal, whereon I begged his pardon for return.
Which soon he granted, being an abstract tween his lust and him.
Do not say so, my lord.
I have eyes upon him, and his affairs come to me on the wind. Where is he now?
My lord, in Athens.
No, my most wronged sister. Cleopatra hath nodded him to her. He hath given his empire up to a whore, who are now levying the kings of the earth for war. He hath assembled Bacchus, the king of Libya, Archelaus of Cappadocia, Philadelphos, king of Paphlagonia, the Thracian king Idalis, King Mangus of Arabia, king of Pont, Herod of Jewry, Mithridates, king of Commagene, Polemon, and Amyntas, the king of Mede and Laconia, with a more larger list of scepters.
Ay me, most wretched, that have my heart parted betwixt two friends that does afflict each other.
Welcome hither. Your letters did withhold our breaking forth till we perceived both how you were wrong led, and we in negligent danger. Cheer your heart. Be not even troubled with this time which drives o'er your content these strong necessities, but determined things to destiny hold unbewailed their way. Welcome to Rome. Nothing more dear to me. You are abused beyond the mark of thought, and the high gods, to do you justice, makes his ministers of us and those that love you. Best of comfort and ever welcome to us.
Welcome, lady. Each heart in Rome does love and pity you. Only the adulterous Antony, most large in his abominations, turns you off and gives his potent regiment to a troll that noises it against us.
Is it so, sir?
Most certain. Sister, welcome. Pray you be ever known to patience. My dearest sister.
Act 3, Scene 7. Actium, on the Grecian coast. Enter Cleopatra and Enobarbus.
I will be even with thee, doubt it not.
But why? Why?
Thou hast forspoke my being in these wars, and sayest it is not fit.
Well, is it? Is it?
It's not denounced against us. Why should we not be there in person?
Well, I could reply, if we should serve with horse and mares together, the horse were merely lost. The mares would bear a soldier and his horse.
What is't you say?
Your presence needs must puzzle Antony, take from his heart, take from his brain, from his time that should not be spared. He is already traduced for levity, and 'tis said in Rome that Photinus, an eunuch, and your maids manage this war.
Sink Rome, and their tongues rot that speak against us. A charge we bear in the war, and as the president of my kingdom will appear there for a man. Speak not against it, I will not stay behind.
May I have done? Here comes the emperor.
Is it not strange, Canidius, that from Tarentum and Brundisium he should so quickly cut the Ionian Sea and take in Taurin? You have heard on it, sweet?
Celerity is never more admired than by the negligent.
Huh, a good rebuke, which might well have become the best of men to taunt at slackness. Canidius, we will fight with him by sea.
By sea? What else?
Why will my lord do so?
For that he dares us to it.
So hath my lord dared him to single fight.
Aye, and to wage this battle at Pharsalia, where Caesar fought with Pompey, but these offers, which serve not for his vantage, he shakes off, and so should you.
Your ships are not well manned. Your mariners are muleteers, reapers, people engrossed by swift impress. In Caesar's fleet are those that often have against Pompey fought. Their ships are yours heavy. No disgrace shall fall you for refusing him at sea, being prepared for land.
By sea. By sea.
Most worthy sir, you therein throw away the absolute soldiership you have by land. Distract your army, which doth most consist of war-marked footmen. Leave unexecuted your own renowned knowledge. Quite forego the way which promises assurance, and give up yourself merely to chance and hazard from firm security.
I'll fight by sea.
I have 60 sails. Caesar, none better.
Our overplus of shipping will we burn, and with the restful man from the head of Actium beat the approaching Caesar. But if we fail, we can then do it at land. Thy business?
The news is true, my lord. He is descried. Caesar has taken Taurin.
Can he be there in person? 'Tis impossible. Strange that his power should be. Canidius, our 19 legions thou shalt hold by land, and our 12,000 horse. We'll to our ship. Away, my Thetis. How now, worthy soldier?
O noble emperor, do not fight by sea. Trust not to rotten planks. Do you misdoubt this sword and see these my wounds? Let the Egyptians and the Phoenicians go a-ducking. We have used to conquer, standing on the earth and fighting foot to foot.
Well, away!
By Hercules, I think I am in the right.
Soldier thou art, but his whole action grows not in the power on't. So our leaders led, and we are women's men.
You keep by land the legions and the horse whole, do you not?
Marcus Octavius, Marcus Justius, Publicola, and Caelius are for sea, but we keep hold by land. The speed of Caesar's carries beyond belief.
While he was yet in Rome, his power went out in such distractions as beguiled all spies.
Who's his lieutenant, hear you?
They say one Taurus.
Well, I know the man.
The emperor calls Canidius.
With news, the times in labor, and throws forth each minute some.
Act 3, Scene 8. The coast outside of Actium in Greece. Enter Caesar and Taurus.
Taurus!
My lord,
Strike not by land, keep whole. Provoke not battle till we have done at sea. Do not exceed the prescript of this scroll. Our fortune lies upon this jump.
Act 3, Scene 9. Actium in Greece. Enter Antony and Enobarbus.
Set we our squadrons on yon side of the hill in the eye of Caesar's battle, from which place we may the number of the ships behold, and so proceed accordingly.
Not all not. I can behold no longer. The Antonian, the Egyptian admiral, with all their 60, fly and turn rudder? To see it, mine eyes are blasted.
Gods and goddesses, all the whole synod of them.
What's thy passion?
The greater cantle of the world is lost with very ignorance. You have kissed away kingdoms and provinces.
How appears the fight?
On our side, like the token pestilence where death is sure. yon ribbed-dread nag of Egypt, whom leprosy o'ertake in the midst of the fight, when vantage like a pair of twins appeared, both as the same, or rather ours the elder, breeze upon her like a cow in June, hoist sails and flies.
That I beheld, mine eyes did sicken at the sight, and could not endure a further view.
She, once being loosed, the noble ruin of her magic, Antony claps on his sea wing, and like a doting mallard, leaving the fight in height, flies after her. I never saw an action of such shame. Experience, manhood, honor, ne'er before did violate it, so itself.
Alack, alack.
Our fortune on the sea is out of breath and sinks most lamentably. Had our general been what he knew himself, it had gone well. Oh, he has given example for our flight most grossly by his own.
Aye, are you thereabouts? Why then, good night indeed.
Toward Peloponnesus are they fled?
'Tis easy to it, and there I will attend what further comes.
To Caesar will I render my legions and my horse. 6 kings already show me the way of yielding.
I'll yet follow the wounded chance of Antony, though my reason sits in the wind against me.
Act 3, Scene 11. The shore at Actium. Enter Antony and attendants.
Hark, the land bids me tread no pore upon it. It is a shame to bear me. Friends, come hither. I am so lated in the world that I have lost my way forever. I have a ship laden with gold. Take that, divide it, fly, and make your peace with Caesar.
Fly, not way.
I have fled myself and have instructed cowards to run and show their shoulders. Friends, be gone. I have myself resolved upon a course which has no need of you. Be gone. My treasure is in the harbor. Take it. Oh, I followed that I blush to look upon. My very hairs do mutiny, for the white reprove the brown for rashness, and they them for fear and doting. Friends, be gone. You shall have letters to me to some friends that will sweep your way for you. Pray you look not sad, nor make replies of loathness. Take the hint which my despair proclaims. Let that be left which leaves itself. To the seaside straightway. I will possess you of that ship and treasure. Leave me, I pray, a little, and pray you now. Nay, do so, for indeed I have lost command. Therefore I pray you, I'll see you by and by.
Nay, nay, gentle madam, to him, comfort him.
Do, most dear queen.
Do? Why, what else?
Let me sit down. Oh, Juno.
Oh, no, 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 no.
See you here, sir.
Oh, fie, fie, fie.
Madam.
Madam, oh, good empress.
Sir, sir.
Yes, my lord, yes. He at Philippi kept his sword, even like a dancer, while I struck the lean and wrinkled Cassius. 'Twas I that the mad Brutus ended. He alone dealt on lieutenantry and no practice had in the brave scares of war. Yet now, no matter.
Stand by.
The queen, my lord, the queen.
To him, madam. Speak to him. He is unqualified with very shame.
Well, then sustain me.
Most noble sir, arise! The queen approaches. Her head's declined and death will seize her, but your comfort makes the rescue.
I have offended reputation, a most unnoble swerving.
Sir, the queen!
Oh, whither hast them led me, Egypt? See how I convey my shame out of thine eyes. But looking back, what I have left behind, destroyed in honor.
Oh, my lord, forgive my fearful sails. I little thought you would have followed.
Egypt, thou knewest too well my heart was to thy rudder tied by the strings, and thou should tell me after. Over my spirit thy full supremacy thou knowest, and that thy beck might from the bidding of the gods command me.
Oh, my pardon.
Now I must to the young man send humble treaties, dodge and palter in the shifts of lowness, who with half the bulk of the world played as I pleased, making and marring fortunes. You did know how much you were my conqueror, and that my sword, made weak by my affection, would obey it on all cause.
Pardon.
Fall not a tear, I say. One of them rates all that is won and lost. Give me a kiss. Even this repays me. We sent our schoolmaster. Is he come back? Love, I am all full of lead. Some wine within there in our viands. Fortune knows we scorn her most when most she offers blows.
Act 3, Scene 12. Caesar's camp outside Alexandria. Enter Caesar, Didius, and Dolabella.
Let him appear that's come from Antony. Know you him?
Caesar, 'tis his schoolmaster. An argument that he has plucked when hither he sent so poor a pinion of his wing, which had superfluous kings for messengers. Not many moons gone by.
Approach and speak.
Such as I am, I come from Antony. I was of late as petty to his ends as is the morn dew on the myrtle leaf to his grand sea.
Be it so. Declare thine office.
Lord of his fortunes, he salutes thee and requires to live in Egypt, which not granted, he lessens his requests, and to thee sues to let him breathe between the heavens and earth, a private man in Athens. This for him. Next, Cleopatra does confess thy greatness, submits her to thy might, and of thee craves the circle of Ptolemies for her heirs, now hazarded to thy grace.
For Antony, I have no ears to his request. The queen of audience nor desire shall fail, so she from Egypt drive her all disgraced friend, or take his life there. This, if she perform, she shall not sue unheard. So to them both.
Fortune pursue thee.
Bring him through the bands. To try their eloquence now 'tis time. Dispatch. From Antony, win Cleopatra. Promise, and in our name what she requires, add more, from thine invention offers. Women are not in their best fortune strong, but want will perjure the ne'er-touched vestal. Try thy cunning, Phidias. Make thine own edict for thy pains, which we will answer as law.
Okay. Caesar, I go.
Observe how Antony becomes his flaw, and what thou think'st his very action speaks in every power that moves.
Caesar, I shall.
Act 3, Scene 13. Alexandria. Cleopatra's palace. Enter Cleopatra, Enobarbus, Charmian, and Iris.
What shall we do, Enobarbus?
Think and die.
Is Antony or we at fault for this?
Antony only. That would make his will lord of his reason. What though you fled from that great face of war, whose several ranges frighted each other? Why should he follow? The itch of his affection should not then have nicked his captainship at such a point when half to half the world opposed, he being the mirrored question. 'Twas a shame no less then was his loss to course your flying flags and leave his navy gazing.
Prithee, peace.
Is that his answer?
Aye, my lord.
The queen shall then have courtesy, so she will yield us up?
He says so.
Let her know it. And to the boy Caesar send this grizzled head, and he will fill thy wishes to the brim with principalities.
That head, my lord.
To him again, telling me wears the rose of youth upon him, from which the world should note something particular. His coined ships, legions may be a coward's, whose ministers would prevail under the service of a child as soon as in the command of Caesar. I dare him, therefore, to lay his gay caparisons apart, and answer me declined, sword against sword, Ourselves alone. I'll write it. Follow me.
Yes, like enough, high-battled Caesar will unstate his happiness and be staged to the show against a sworder. I see men's judgments are a parcel of their fortunes, and things outward do draw the inward quality after them to suffer all alike. That he should dream, knowing all measures, the full Caesar will answer his emptiness. Caesar, thou hast subdued his judgment too.
A messenger from Caesar.
What? No more ceremony? See, my women, how the blown rose may stop their nose that kneeled into the buds. Admit him, sir.
Mine honesty and I begin to square. The loyalty well held to fools does make our faith more folly. Yet he that can endure to follow with allegiance, a fallen lord, does conquer him that did his master conquer, and earns a place of the story.
Caesar's will.
Hear it apart.
None but friends. Say boldly.
So haply are they friends to Antony.
He needs as many, sir, as Caesar has, or needs not us. If Caesar please, our master will leap to be his friend. For us, you know whose he is, we are, and that is Caesar's.
So thus then thou most renowned Caesar entreats, not to consider in what case thou standst further than he is Caesar.
Go on, right royal.
He knows that you embrace not Antony as you did love, but as you feared him.
Huh.
The scars upon your honor, therefore he does pity the constrained blemishes, not as deserved.
He is a god and knows what is most right. Mine honor was not yielded, but conquered merely.
To be sure of that, I will ask Antony. Sir, thou art so leaky that we must leave thee to thy sinking, for thy dearest quit thee.
Shall I say to Caesar what you require of him? For he partly begs to be desired to give. It would much please him that of his fortunes you should make a staff to lean upon, but it would warm his spirits to hear me you had left Antony and put yourself under his shroud of universal landlord.
What is your name?
My name is Phidias.
Most kind messenger, say to great Caesar this in deputation. I kiss his conquering hand. Tell him I am prompt to lay my crown at his feet and there to kneel. Tell him from his all-obeying breath I hear the doom of Egypt.
'Tis your noblest course, wisdom and fortune combating together. If that the former dare, but what I can, no chance may shake it. Give me grace to lay my duty upon your hand.
Your Caesar's father oft, when he hath mused of taking kingdoms in, bestowed his lips on that unworthy place, as it rained kisses.
Favors? By Jove that thunders, what art thou, fellow?
But that one but performs the bidding of the fullest man and worthiest to have command obeyed.
You will be whipped.
Approach there. Ah, you kite. Now, gods and devils, authority melts from me. Of late when I cried, ho, like boys, unto a musk kings would start forth and cry, your will? Have you no ears? I am Antony yet. Take hence this jack and whip him.
'Tis better playing with a lion's whelp than with an old one dying.
Moon and stars, whip him! Were it 20 of the greatest tributaries that do acknowledge Caesar, should I find them so saucy with the hand of she here, what's her name, since she was Cleopatra. Whip him, fellows, till like a boy you see him cringe his face and whine aloud for mercy. Take him hence.
Mark Antony.
Tuck him away. Being whipped, bring him again. This jack of Caesar's shall bring us an errand to him. You were half blessed ere I knew you. Ha! Have I my pillar left unpressed in Rome, forborne the getting of a lawful race, and by a gem of woman to be abused by one that looks on feeders?
Good my lord.
You've been a bogler ever, but when we in our viciousness grow hard, oh misery on it! The wise gods seal our eyes, and if our own filth drop our clear judgments, make us adore our errors and laugh at us while we strut to our confusion.
Has it come to this?
I found you as a morsel cold upon dead Caesar's trencher. Nay, you are a fragment of Gnaeus Pompey's. Besides what hotter hours, unregistered in vulgar fame, you have luxuriously picked out. For I am sure that you can guess what temperance should be. You know not what it is.
Wherefore is this?
To let a fellow that will take rewards and say, God quit you. Be familiar with my playfellow your hand, this kingly seal and plighter of high hearts. Oh, that I were upon the hill of Basan to outroar the horned herd. For I have savage cause, and to proclaim it civilly were like a haltered neck, which does the hangman thank for being yare about him. Is he whipped?
Soundly, my lord.
Cried he, and begged he
He
pardon.
did ask for favor.
If that thy father live, let him repent thou wast not made his daughter. And be thou sorry to follow Caesar in his triumph, since thou hast been whipped for following him. Henceforth the white hand of a lady fever thee. Shake thou to look upon it. Get thee back to Caesar. Tell him thy entertainment. Look thou say he makes me angry with him, for he seems proud and disdainful, harping on what I am, not what he knew I was. He makes me angry, and at this time most easy 'tis to do it, when my good stars that were my former guides have empty left their orbs and shot their fires into the abysm of hell. If he mislike my speech and what is done, tell him he has Hipparchus, my enfranchised bondman, whom he may at pleasure whip or hang or torture, and he shall like to quit me. Urge it thou, hence with thy stripes be gone.
Have you done yet?
Alack, our terrene moon is now eclipsed, and it portends alone the fall of Antony.
I must stay his time.
To flatter Caesar, would you mingle eyes with one that ties his points?
Not know me yet?
Cold-hearted towards me?
Ah, dear, if I be so, from my cold heart let heaven engender hail, and poison it in the source. And the first stone, drop it in my neck, as it determines so, dissolve my life. The next Caesarean smite, till by degrees the memory of my womb, together with my brave Egyptians all, by the discanting of this pelted storm, lie graveless, till the flies and gnats of the Nile have buried them for prey.
I'm satisfied. Caesar sits down in Alexandria, where I will oppose his fate. Our force by land hath nobly held. Our severed navy too hath knit again, and fleet threatening most sea-like. Where hast thou been, my heart? Dost thou hear, lady? If from the field I shall return once more to kiss these lips, I will appear in blood. I and my sword will earn our chronicle. There's hope in it yet.
That's my brave lord.
I will be trebled, sinewed, hearted, breathed, and fight maliciously. For when mine hours were nice and lucky, men did ransom lives of me for jests. But now I'll set my teeth and send to darkness all that stop me. Come, let's have one other gaudy night. Call to me all my sad captains. Fill our bowls once more, let's mock the midnight bell.
It is my birthday. I had thought to have held it poor. Since my lord is Antony again, I will be Cleopatra.
We will yet do well.
Call all his noble captains to my lord.
Do so. We'll speak to them, and tonight I'll force the wine peep through their scars. Come on, my queen. There's sap on it yet. The next time I do fight, I'll make death love me, for I will contend even with his pestilent scythe.
Now he'll outstare the lightning. To be furious is to be frighted out of fear, and in that mood, the dove will peck the estrage. And I see still a diminution in our captain's brain restores his heart. When valor preys on reason, it eats the sword it fights with. I will seek some way to leave him.
Act 4, Scene 1. Caesar's camp outside Alexandria. Enter Caesar, reading a letter, and Maecenas.
He calls me boy, and chides as he had power to beat me out of Egypt. My messenger he hath whipped with rods, dares me to personal combat, Caesar to Antony. Let the old ruffian know I have many other ways to die. Meantime, laugh at his challenge.
Caesar must think when one so great begins to rage, he's hunted even to falling. Give him no breath, but now make boot of his distraction. Never anger made good guard for itself.
Let our best heads know that tomorrow the last of many battles we mean to fight. Within our files there are, of those that served Mark Antony but late, enough to fetch him in. See it done, and feast the army. We have store to do it, and they have earned the waste. Poor Antony.
Act 4, Scene 2. Cleopatra's palace in Alexandria. Enter Antony, Cleopatra, Enobarbus, Charmian, and Iris.
He will not fight with me, Domitus.
No.
Why should he not?
He thinks, being 20 times of better fortune, he is 20 men to 1.
Tomorrow, soldier, by sea and land I'll fight, or I will live or bathe my dying honor in the blood shall make it live again. Wouldst thou fight well?
I'll strike and cry, take all.
Well said. Come on, call forth my household servants. Let's tonight be bounteous at our meal. Give me thy hand, thou hast been rightly honest. So hast thou, thou, and thou. You have served me well, and kings have been your fellows.
What means this?
'Tis one of those odd tricks which sorrow shoots out of the mind.
And thou art honest too. I wish I could be made so many men, and all of you clapped up together in an Antony, that I might do you service so good as you have done.
The gods forbid.
Well, my good fellows, wait on me tonight. Scant not my cups, and make as much of me as when mine empire was your fellow too, and suffered my command.
What does he mean?
To make his followers weep.
Tend me tonight, and maybe it is the period of your duty. Haply you shall not see me more, or if, a mangled shadow. Perchance tomorrow you'll serve another master. I look on you as one that takes his leave. Mine honest friends, I turn you not away, but like a master married to your good service, stay till death. Tend me tonight 2 hours, I ask no more, and the gods yield you for it.
What mean you, sir, to give them this discomfort? Look, they weep, and I, an ass, am onion-eyed. For shame, transform us not to women.
Now, the witch take me if I meant it thus. Grace grow where those drops fall. My hearty friends, you take me in too dolorous a sense, for I spake to you for your comfort, did desire you to burn this night with torches. No, my hearts, I hope well of tomorrow, and will lead you where rather I'll expect victorious life than death and honor. Let's to supper come, and drown consideration.
Act 4, Scene 3. The garrison at Alexandria. Enter a company of soldiers.
Brother, good night. Tomorrow is the day.
It will determine one way. Fare you well. Heard you of nothing strange about the streets?
Nothing. What news?
Belike 'tis but a rumor. Good night to you.
Well, sir, good night.
Soldiers, have careful watch.
And you, good night, good night.
Here we, and if tomorrow our navy thrive, I have an absolute hope our landmen will stand up.
'Tis a brave army and full of purpose.
What noise?
List. List?
Hark!
Music of the air?
Under the earth?
It signs well, does it not?
No.
Peace, I say. What should this mean?
It's the god Hercules, whom Antony loved, now leaves him.
Walk. Let's see if other watchmen do hear what we do.
How now, masters?
How now? How now? Do you hear this?
Aye, 'tis strange, is it not?
Do you hear, masters? Do you hear?
Follow the noise so far as we have quarter. Let's see how it will give off.
Content, 'tis strange.
Act 4, Scene 4. A room in Cleopatra's palace. Enter Antony, Cleopatra, and Charmian.
Eros, mine armor! Eros!
Sleep a little.
No, my Chuck. Eros, come, mine armor! Eros! Come, good fellow. Put thine iron on. If fortune be not ours today, it is because we brave her. Come.
Nay, I'll help too. What is this for?
Let be. Thou art an armor of my heart. False. This.
Soothe, laugh. I'll help. This it must be.
Oh, we shall thrive now. Seest thou, good fellow? Go, put on thy defenses.
Briefly, sir.
Is not this buckled well?
Rarely. He that unbuckles this till we do please to doff for our repose shall hear a storm. Thou fumblest, Eros, and my queen's a squire more tight at this than thou. Dispatch, O love, that thou couldst see my wars today, and knewest the royal occupation, thou should see a workman in it. Good morning to thee. Welcome. Thou lookst like him that knows a warlike charge. To business that we love, we rise betime and go to it with delight.
1,000, sir. Early though it be, have on their riveted trim, and the port expect you.
The morn is fair. Good morrow, General.
Good morrow, General.
'Tis well blown, lads. This morning, like the spirit of youth that means to be of note, begins betimes. So. Come, give me that. This way. Well said. Fare thee well, dame. Whate'er becomes of me, this is a soldier's kiss. Rebukable and worthy, shameful check it were to stand on more mechanic compliment. I leave thee now like a man of steel. You that will fight, follow me close. I'll bring you to it. Adieu.
Please, you retire to your chamber.
Lead me. He goes forth gallantly, that he and Caesar might determine this great war in a single fight. And then Antony. But now, well, on.
Act 4, Scene 5. A street in Alexandria. Enter Antony, Eros, and a soldier.
The gods make this a happy day to Antony.
Wouldst thou and those thy scars had once prevailed to make me fight on land?
Hadst thou done so, the kings that have revolted and the soldier that has this morning left thee would have still followed thy heels.
Who's gone this morning?
Who? One ever near thee. Call for Enobarbus. He shall not hear thee, or from Caesar's camp say, I am none of thine.
What sayest thou?
Sir, he is with Caesar.
Sir, his chests and treasures he has not with him.
Is he gone?
Most certain.
Go, Eros. Send his treasure after. Do it. Detain no jot, I charge thee. Write to him, I will subscribe. Gentle adieus and greetings. Say that I wish he never find more cause to change a master. Oh, my fortunes have corrupted honest men. Dispatched. Enobarbus.
Act 4, Scene 6. Caesar's camp outside Alexandria. Enter Agrippa, Caesar, Enobarbus, and Dolabella.
Go forth, Agrippa, and begin the fight. Our will is Antony be took alive. Make it so known.
Caesar, I shall.
The time of universal peace is near. Prove this a prosperous day, the three-nooked world shall bear the olive freely.
Antony has come into the field.
Go. Charge Agrippa plant those that have revolted in the vant, that Antony may seem to spend his fury upon himself.
Alexis did revolt and went to Jewry on affairs of Antony. There did dissuade great Herod to incline himself to Caesar and leave his master Antony. For this pain Caesar hath hanged him. Canidius and the rest that fell away have entertainment, but no honorable trust. I have done ill, of which I do accuse myself so sorely that I will join no more.
Enobarbus, Antony hath after thee sent all thy treasure, with his bounty overplus. The messenger came on my guard, and at thy tent is now uploading of his mules.
I give it to you.
Mock not, Enobarbus, I tell you true. Best you safe the bringer out of the host. I must attend mine office, or would have done it myself. Your emperor continues still a Jove.
I am alone, the villain of the earth, and feel I am so most. O Antony, thou mine of bounty, how wouldst thou have paid my better service, when my turpitude thou dost so crown with gold? This blows my heart. If swift thought break it not, a swifter mean shall outstrike thought. But thought will do it, I feel. I fight against thee? No. I will go seek some ditch wherein to die. The foulest best fits my latter part of life.
Act 4, Scene 7. The battlefield outside Alexandria. Enter Agrippa.
Retire! We have engaged ourselves too far. Caesar himself has work, and our oppression exceeds what we expected.
Oh, my brave emperor, this is fought indeed. Had we done so at first, we had droven them home with clouts upon their heads.
Thou bleedest apace.
I had a wound here that was like a T, but now 'tis made an H.
They do retire.
We'll beat him into bench holes. I have yet room for 6 scotches more.
They are beaten, sir, and our advantage serves for a fair victory.
Let us score their backs and snatch 'em up as we take hares behind. 'Tis sport to maul a runner.
I will reward thee once for thy sprightly comfort, and tenfold for thy good valor. Come thee on.
I'll halt after.
Act 4, Scene 8. Before the gates of Alexandria. Enter Antony and Scarus with the army.
We have beat him to his camp. Run one before and let the queen know of our guests. Tomorrow, before the sun shall see us, we'll spill the blood that has today escaped. And I thank you all, for doughty-handed are you, and have fought, not as you are served the cause, but as it had been each man's like mine. You have shown all Hectors. Enter the city. Clip your wives, your friends, tell them your feats, whilst they with joyful tears wash the congealment from your wounds and kiss the honored gashes whole. Give me thy hand. To this great fairy I'll commend thy acts. Make her thanks bless thee, O thou, the day of the world, chain mine armed neck. Leap thou, attire and all, through the proof of harness to my heart, and there ride on the pants triumphing.
Lord of lords, O infinite virtue, comest thou smiling from the world's great snare uncaught?
My nightingale, we have beat them to their beds. What, girl, though gray do something mingle with our younger brown, yet how we, the brain that nourishes our nerves, and can get goal for goal of youth. Behold this man, commend unto his lips thy favoring hand. Kiss it, my warrior. He hath fought today as if a god in hate of mankind had destroyed in such a shape.
I'll give thee, friend, an armor all of gold. It was a king's.
He has deserved it, were it carbuncled like holy Phoebus' car. Give me thy hand. Through Alexandria make a jolly march. Bear our hack targets like men that owe them. Had our great palace the capacity to camp this host, we all would sup together and drink carouses to the next day's fate, which promises royal peril. Trumpeters, with brazen din blast you the city's ear. Make mingle with our rattling tambourines, that heaven and earth may strike their sounds together, applauding our approach.
Act 4, Scene 9. Caesar's camp. Enter a sentry and a watch. Enobarbus follows. If we be not relieved within this hour, we must return to the court of guard. The night is shiny. They say we shall embattle by the second hour of the morn.
This last day was a shrewd one, 'tis.
Oh, bear me witness, knight.
What man is this?
Stand close and list him.
Be witness to me, O thou blessed moon, when men revolted shall upon record bear hateful memory. Poor Enobarbus did before thy face repent.
Barbus?
Peace. Hark further.
O sovereign mistress of true melancholy, the poisonous damp of night dispunge upon me, that life, a very rebel to my will, may hang no longer on me. Throw my heart against the flint and hardness of my fault, which, being dried with grief, will break to powder and finish all foul thoughts. Oh, Antony, nobler than my revolt is infamous, forgive me in thine own particular, but let the world rank me in register, a master leaver and a fugitive. Oh, Antony, Antony.
Let's speak to him.
Let's hear him, for the things he speaks may concern Caesar.
Let's do so, but he sleeps.
Well, swoons rather, for so bad a prayer as his was never yet for sleep.
Go we to him.
Awake, sir! Awake! Speak to us!
Hear you, sir?
The hand of death hath wrought him. Oh, hark! The drums! To merely wake the sleepers. Let us bear him to the court of guard. He is of note. Our hour is fully out.
Come on, then. He may recover yet.
Act 4, Scene 10. The battlefield outside Alexandria. Enter Antony and Scarus.
Their preparation is today by sea. We please them not by land.
For both, my lord.
I would they fight in the fire or in the air, we'd fight there too. But this it is. Our foot upon the hills adjoining to the city shall stay with us. Order for sea is given. They have put forth the haven, where their appointment we may best discover and look on their endeavor.
Act 4, Scene 11. Another part of the battlefield. Enter Caesar and his army.
But being charged, we will be still by land, which, as I take, we shall, for his best forces forth to man his galleys. To the vales! and hold our best advantage.
Act 4, Scene 12, a hill beside the battlefield. Enter Antony and Scarus.
Yet they are not joined. Where yon pine does stand, I shall discover all. I'll bring thee word straight how 'tis like to go.
Swallows have built in Cleopatra's sails their nests. The augurs say they know not, they cannot tell, look grimly and dare not speak their knowledge. Antony is valiant and dejected, and by starts his fretted fortunes give him hope and fear of what he has and has not.
All is lost. This foul Egyptian hath betrayed me. My fleet hath yielded to the foe, and yonder they cast their caps up and carouse together like friends long lost. Triple-turned whore! 'Tis thou hast sold me to this novice, and my heart makes only wars on thee. Bid them all fly, for when I am revenged upon my charm, I have done all. Bid them all fly, begone! O sun, thy uprise shall I see no more. Fortune and Antony part here. Even here do we shake hands. Oh, come to this. The hearts that spanieled me at heels, to whom I gave their wishes, do discandy, melt their sweets on blossoming Caesar, and this pine is bark that overtop them all. Betrayed I am. Oh, this false soul of Egypt, this grave charm, whose eye becked forth my wars and called them home, whose bosom was my crownet, my chief end, like a right gypsy hath, at fast and loose, beguiled me to the very heart of loss. What? Eros! Eros! Ah, thou spell, avaunt!
Why is my lord enraged against his love?
Vanish, or I shall give thee thy deserving and blemished Caesar's triumph. Let them take thee and hoist thee up to the shouting plebeians. Follow his chariot, like the greatest spot of all thy sex. Most monster-like be shown for poorest diminutives, for dolts, and let patient Octavia plough thy visage up with thy prepared nails. 'Tis well thou art gone, if it be well to live. But better 'twere thou fellest into my fury, for one death might have prevented many. Eros, ho! The shirt of Nessus is upon me. Teach me, Alcides, thou mine ancestor, thy rage. Let me lodge Lycus on the horns of the moon, and with those hands that grasped me the heaviest club, subdued my worthiest self. The witch shall die. To the young Roman boy hath she sold me, and I fall under this plot. She dies for it! Eros, ho!
Act 4, Scene 13, Cleopatra's Palace. Enter Cleopatra, Charmian, Iris, and Mardian.
Help me, my women. Oh, he's more mad than Telamon for his shield. The boar of Thessaly was never so embossed.
To the monument. There, lock yourself and send him word you are dead. The soul and body rive not more in parting than greatness going off.
To the monument. Mardian, go, tell him I have slain myself. Say that the last I spoke was Antony, and word it, prithee, piteously. Hence, Mardian, and bring me how he takes my death. To the monument.
Act 4, Scene 14, beside the battlefield. Enter Antony and Eros.
Eros, thou yet beholdst me.
Aye, noble lord.
Sometimes we see a cloud that's dragonish, a vapor sometime like a bear or lion. A towered citadel, pendant rock, forked mountain, or a blue promontory with trees upon it that nod upon the world and mock our eyes with air. Thou hast seen these signs? They are Black Vesper's pageants.
Aye, my lord.
That which is now a horse, even with a thought, the rack dislimbs and makes it indistinct, as water is in water.
Yes, my lord.
My good knave Eros, now thy captain is even such a body. Here I am, Antony, yet cannot hold this visible shape, my knave. I made these wars for Egypt and the queen whose heart I thought I had, for she had mine, which whilst it was mine had annexed it unto 1,000,000 more now lost. She, Eros, has packed cards with Caesar and false played my glory unto an enemy's triumph. Nay, weep not, gentle Eros. There is left us ourselves to end ourselves. Ah, thy vile lady, she has robbed me of my sword.
No, Antony. My mistress loved thee, and her fortunes mingled with thine entirely.
Hence, saucy eunuch, peace. She has betrayed me and shall die the death.
Death of one person can be paid but once, and that she has discharged. What thou wouldst do is done unto thy hand. The last she spake was, Antony, most noble Antony. Then in the midst a tearing groan did break the name of Antony. It was divided between her heart and lips. She rendered life, thy name so buried in her.
Dead then?
Dead.
Unarm Eros. The long day's task is done, and we must sleep. That thou departest hence safe does pay thy labor richly. Go. Off! Pluck off! The sevenfold shield of Ajax cannot keep this battery from my heart. Oh, cleave my sides, heart, once be stronger than thy continent. Crack thy fail case, apace, Eros, apace. No more a soldier, bruised pieces go. You have been nobly borne from me a while. I will overtake thee, Cleopatra, and weep for my pardon. So it must be. For now all length is torture. Since the torch is out, lie down and stray no farther. Now all labor mars what it does, yea, very force entangles itself with strength. Seal then, and all is done. Eros! I come, my queen. Eros! Stay for me. Where souls do couch on flowers, we'll hand in hand, and with our sprightly port make the ghosts gaze. Dido and her Aeneas shall want troops, and all the haunt be ours. Come, Eros! Eros!
What would, my lord?
Since Cleopatra died, I have lived in such dishonor that the gods detest my baseness. I that with my sword quarter the world and over green Neptune's back with ships made cities, condemn myself to lack the courage of a woman, less noble mind than she which by her death our Caesar tells, I am conqueror of myself. Thou art sworn, Eros, that when the exigent should come, which now is come indeed, when I should see behind me the inevitable prosecution of disgrace and horror, that on my command then thou wouldst kill me. Do it. The time is come. Thou strikest not me till 'tis Caesar thou defeatst. Put color in thy cheek.
The gods withhold me. Shall I do that which all the Parthian darts through enemy lost aim could not?
Eros, would thou be windowed in great Rome and see thy master thus, with pleached arms, bending down his corrigible neck, his face subdued to penetrative shame, whilst the wheeled seat of fortunate Caesar drawn before him branded his baseness that ensued.
I would not see it.
Come then, for with a wound I must be cured. Draw that thy honest sword, which thou hast worn most useful for thy country.
Oh, sir, pardon me.
When I did make thee free, sworest thou not then to do this which I bade thee? Do it at once, or thy precedent services are all but accidents unpurposed. Draw and come.
Turn from me then that noble countenance, wherein the worship of the whole world lies.
Lo thee.
My sword is drawn.
Then let it do at once the thing why thou hast drawn it.
Dear master, my captain, and my emperor, let me say before I strike this bloody stroke, farewell.
'Tis said, man, and farewell.
Farewell, great chief. Shall I strike now?
Now, Eros.
Lie there, then. Thus, I do escape the sorrow of Antony's death.
Thrice nobler than myself. Thou teaches me, O valiant Eros, what I should do, and thou couldst not. My queen and Eros have by their brave instruction got upon me a nobleness and record. But I will be a bridegroom in my death and run on to it as to a lover's bed. Come then, and Eros, thy master, dies thy scholar. To do thus, I have learned of thee. Not dead? Not dead. Oh, guard, ho! Oh, dispatch me!
What's the noise?
I have done my work ill, friends. Make an end of what I have begun.
The star is fallen.
And time is at his period.
Alas and woe.
Let him that loves me strike me dead.
Not I.
Nor I.
Nor anyone. Thy death and fortunes bid thy followers fly. This sword, but shown to Caesar with his tidings, shall enter me with him.
Where's Antony?
There, Diomed, there.
Lives he? Wilt thou not answer, man?
Art thou there, Diomed? Draw thy sword, and give me sufficing strokes for death.
Most absolute lord, my mistress Cleopatra sent me to thee.
When did she send thee?
And now, my lord.
Where is she?
Locked in her monument. She had a prophesying fear of what hath come to pass. For when she saw, which never shall be found, you did suspect she had disposed with Caesar, and that your rage would not be purged, she sent you word she was dead. But fearing since how it might work, hath sent me to proclaim the truth, and I am come, I dread too late.
Too late, good Diomed. Call my guard, I prithee.
Ho! Emperor's guard! The guard, hold out! Come, your lord calls.
Bear me, good friends, where Cleopatra bides. 'Tis the last service I shall command you.
Woe are we, sir, that may not live to wear all your true followers out. Most heavy day.
Nay, good my fellows, do not please sharp fate to grace it with your sorrows. Bid that welcome which comes to punish us, and we punish it, seeming to bear it lightly. Take me up. I have led you oft. Carry me now, good friends, and have my thanks for all.
Act 4, Scene 15. Cleopatra's Monument. Enter Cleopatra, Charmian, and Iris.
Charmian, I will never go from hence.
Comforted, dear madam.
No, I will not. All strange and terrible events are welcome, but comforts we despise. Our sighs of sorrow proportioned to our cause must be as great as that which makes it. How now? Is he dead?
His death's upon him, but not dead. Look out the other side of your monument. His guard have brought him thither.
Oh, son, burn thy great spear thou movest in. Darklings stand, the varying shore of the world. Oh, Antony! 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 Help! Charmian! Help! Iris, help! Help, friends below! Let's draw him hither!
Peace! Not Caesar's valor hath overthrown Antony, but Antony's has triumphed on itself.
So it should be that none but Antony should conquer Antony. Woe 'tis so.
I'm dying, Egypt, dying. Only here I importune death a while, until of many thousand kisses the poor last I lay upon thy lips.
Dear not, dear. Oh, dear my lord, pardon. I dare not. Lest I be taken. Not the imperious show of the full-fortuned Caesar ever shall be broached with me. If knife, drugs, serpents have edge, sting, or operation, I am safe. Your wife Octavia, with her modest eyes and still conclusion, shall acquire no honor demurring upon me. Come. Come, Antony. Help me, my women. Draw thee up. Assist, good friends.
Oh, quick, or I'm gone.
Here's sport indeed. How heavy weighs my lord. Her strength is all gone to heaviness. That makes the weight. God, I great Juno's power, the strong-winged Mercury should fetch thee up and set thee by Jove's side. Ye come a little, wishers were ever fools. Oh, come, come. Welcome. Welcome. Die whence thou hast lived. Quicken with kissing. Had my lips power thus, and to wear them out.
I'm dying, Egypt, dying. Give me some wine and let me speak a little.
No, let me speak. And let me rail so high that the false housewife Fortune break her wheel, provoked by my offense.
One word, sweet queen. Of Caesar, seek your honor with your safety. Oh.
They do not go together.
And so, hear me. None about Caesar trust, but Proculeus.
The resolution in my hands I'll trust. None about Caesar.
The miserable change now at my end, lament or sorrow at, but please your thoughts in feeding them with those my former fortunes, wherein I lived the greatest prince of the world, the noblest, and do now not basely die, nor cowardly put off my helmet to my countrymen, a Roman, by a Roman valiantly vanquished. Now, my spirit is going, I can no more.
Noblest of men would die. Hast thou no care of me? Shall I abide in this dull world, which in thy absence is no better than a sty? See, my women, the crown of the earth doth melt. My lord! Withered is the garland of the war. The soldier's pole has fallen in. Young boys and girls, they're level now with men. The odds is gone, and there's nothing left remarkable beneath the visiting moon.
For quietness, lady.
She is dead too, our sovereign.
Lady!
Madam!
Oh, madam! Madam!
Royal Egypt Empress!
Peace! Peace, Iris!
No more, but even a woman, commanded by such poor passion as the maid that milks and does the meanest chores. It were for me to throw my scepter at the injurious gods, to tell them that this world did but equal theirs, till they had stolen our jewel. All is but naught. Patience is Scottish, and impatience does become a dog that's mad. Then is it a sin to rush into the secret house of death dare come to us? And how do you, women? What good cheer! How now, Charmian? My noble girls. Women. Women! Look. Our lamp is spent. It's out. Good sirs, take heart. We'll bury him. And then, what's brave, what's noble? Let's do it after the high Roman fashion and make death proud to take us. Come away. This case of that huge spirit is now cold. Women, women, come. We have no friend but resolution from the briefest end.